because it really is not the most eye-catching in my opinion. When I first saw this, I was like, sorry. Happy video day, guys. Today is one of my end of the year kind of videos where I summarize all of the makeup products that I used in the entire year, and I tell you guys which ones I think were my standouts, the best makeup that I literally tried this year. And I'm gonna go through every single one of them. I'm gonna tell you guys my most favorite loved makeup of the year. These are things that I got so much use out of and I'm literally obsessed with. The whole list here, we have foundations, we have concealers, we have eyeshadow palettes, we have everything I could think of, and I literally have them all sitting right next to me, and there's a lot of stuff. I would tell you guys that this year I feel like I tried a lot of really good products and some really good foundations and concealers. I think that those were like the ones that really stood out the most to me this year. But yeah, we've got some really good things to go over. So before we go ahead and jump into all of the best items of 2019, I want to quickly introduce myself to you guys. If you guys are new, I'm Christina Brooke, and what we do is talk about makeup. So if you guys like makeup, don't forget, hit the subscribe button and you will see me again. And let's get into all of the best for 2019. Right. I'm going to start with foundations because I think this was the year of the foundations. There was so many foundation releases and I really feel like it was hard for me to narrow this down. So I picked 5. These are 5 foundations that I really like a lot. A lot of them are ones that I tried this year, or I tried it so end of 2018 that I wasn't really able to include them in a favorites video. So I wanted to include them in year-end favorites because some of these really are that great. So I'm going to start off with this one right here. This is from Laura Mercier. So this is the Flawless Luminaire Radiance Foundation. I wear it in the color 2W1.5 Bisque. I love this foundation. If you guys can tell by just looking at it, this thing is down to like right here. I am literally almost done with this foundation. I use this almost the entire year. So when I wanted that flawless complexion, like literally I have not even a scratch on my face, this is what I would grab for the whole year. I love it. It's beautiful. It's radiant. It looks really pretty on the skin. The only issue sometimes I had with this foundation is sometimes it could get into little lines here on the forehead. So I have to be careful not to apply too much on the forehead. But I love it. I think it's beautiful. And yeah, that was my go-to flawless foundation. Then I had this one. This one I went through like crazy. This is the Bareminerals Complexion Rescue. I ended up liking it in the color Ginger 06, which is one of their darkest shades, which is kind of the down. This foundation, there's not a lot of colors, but it's a really cool stick foundation. When you put it on your skin, it actually feels like cooling and it's like a wet feeling. It's really nice. When you blend it out, it gives you good coverage, but at the same time, it kind of looks very natural. So this is like one that I was wearing like every day, like a daily foundation. I would put this on, I would just rub it on the face and it looked so pretty. And I wore this for a very long time this year. I actually went through 2 of them so you guys can see. And the only reason I'm not using it as much anymore is because there is a foundation that I found that is literally like my holy grail right now. And I found it this year. I wear it during the day and I wear it at night. And this is my holy grail foundation, which we're going to get to that one in a few minutes. But I want to mention this one as well, the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Foundation. This foundation released at the end of last year, but I only used it a couple of times before the end of the year. And then throughout the entire year, I was using this a lot more. This is such a good foundation. If anybody is in the drugstore range and you guys don't want to buy high end, this is really good. Beautiful, flawless complexion. I love the way it looks on my skin. I actually wear it in 430. It's a pretty decent skin match to me and it looks really nice. And then the last 2 foundations are probably my favorite so far, just like recently. They just become like my favorites. This one right here from Anastasia, this is 250C and this is her Luminous foundation that she just released, and this is a gorgeous foundation. It does a beautiful complexion. I love the way it looks on my skin. It has a really nice shade match to me, and I just think it looks good. You know, it's like one of those foundations that in photography it looks good, but then it also looks good during the day. So I like this one. I tend to wear this one more at night though. During the day, I go for something a little bit less covered. Even though this one's a nice medium to full coverage, I like to wear a little bit less makeup during the day. So this one definitely a nighttime foundation to me, and it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love it. But guys, I know I just did a ranking video and I had ranked this one as number 2, but it has turned into number 1. And I figured this was gonna happen. I finally found my shade and I don't even need to mix the shades anymore. Like, this is my shade. The Shiseido Synchro Skin Refreshing Foundation is the best foundation of the year. I got it in the shade 330 Bamboo. This is my shade. The shade that I had before I think was like 250 Sand, and when I would put it on, I love the way it looked, but it looked too white. Like, I can tell, like, even on screen I was like, damn, my face looks a little white, and in person when I would put it on, I'd be like, it's just like off by a little hair, and I didn't love it. But then I got this match and I'm wearing it right now. I love the match. I think it's a perfect match, and this foundation is a hybrid foundation for me. I can wear this during the day. I can wear this at night. I love this. It is beautiful, flawless. It builds up. And the best part for me is I have always suffered with a little bit of cystic acne. Every once in a while, I'll get them like right around here or under my chin. And it's usually whenever I use a product that like has something in it that just gives me a breakout. I'll have perfect skin for a while and then I use a product and I'm done. Like, it's usually foundations. Since I've been using this foundation, I have not had breakouts, and that is a huge, huge winner for me. Even the Anastasia one I break out with every once in a while, but this one I get nothing. So this is the best foundation of the entire year for me, and the other ones have been really, really great foundations, but the best one has been this one for sure. Okay. So let's move on because we've got some more real good winners. For concealers, we had 3 top concealers that I really liked this year. And I'm having a hard time remembering which concealers I tried this year, but I kind of like putting it back to like, these are the ones I've been using the most this year, so I'm figuring these are the ones that released this year. The Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer, this had to be in this list because this is a beautiful, beautiful concealer. It covers really well, it blends really nice, doesn't look cakey, gives a little bit of a luminosity to the under eye, which is great, especially if you have more mature skin. I love this. It doesn't get into my fine lines. This is a beautiful, amazing concealer. Only thing I've ever complained about before in the past is the star. I just think it's too sharp. I wish they would put it in a circle or something that kind of like stabs you. But I do love the concealer. It's really, really, really good. I use it a lot. I think I would have liked to have purchased a shade a little bit less yellow and a little bit more neutral, a little bit more pink, because I do have dark circles and that would have covered them a little better. I think the color I got goes a little too yellow for me, but that's okay. I love the concealer. It's fantastic. Then we have a drugstore option that I love. I'm wearing it right now. I think it looks amazing. It's the Loreal Full Wear Infallible Concealer. It's the concealer that released with the foundation that I just told you guys about, and this concealer is awesome. So if you want a drugstore option, this is so good. It covers even more than the Jeffree Star one, I think. This is more full coverage. This would compare more to like the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer than any of these other ones, and I love it. It doesn't look drying under my eyes, and it covers really, really good, and you guys can tell I'm wearing it right now and I love the way it looks. It brightens and it really covers. So that's like a huge winner. But I have another like clear winner. Like, this is the winner of the year for me, and this is the Shiseido concealer. This is the Synchro Skin concealer that goes with the foundation. I love this concealer. Now, I've said this in the past. I love it because I don't set it. I never set this concealer with any type of loose setting powder. The only time I've ever like set it has been if I've used a Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder all over the face, but I don't set this and I love the way it looks. It doesn't get into my wrinkles, it doesn't move around, it looks really, really nice under my eyes. When I have set the concealer, I don't like it as much as when I don't set it. But I don't really like to put too much makeup on my face, so setting concealers sometimes to me is a step that I enjoy skipping if I can. This one allows me to skip that step, and I love the way it looks under my eyes. It looks super luminous, doesn't get into wrinkles, it covers really good, and it just, I don't know, it's just a really good concealer. I love it. So yeah, the Shiseido has definitely killed it for me this year. I think that their concealer and their foundation was top notch. Okay, so let's get into everybody's favorites, eyeshadow palettes. I I had like 5 eyeshadow palettes this year that I really loved, and this is because these are the ones that I literally am grabbing like a lot, and I just love them so much. I think they're so good. These are the 5. You guys saw my ranking video. I go through every single one of the palettes I purchased this year, and I tell you guys which was my favorite and which was my least favorite. So this is kind of like in line with that ranking video. I just kind of looked through it and just said, okay, well, these are the ones I'm using all the time, so these have to be my favorites. So the first one is the Carli Byble collaboration with Anastasia. This palette did not get as much attention as it should have. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. I love this palette. I literally can come up with such beautiful looks. I've said it before, I just don't use the color Sydney because it's a pigment and my eyes dry out with pigments, but every other color I'm obsessed with. I love this palette, and I literally feel like taking Sydney out and putting in a color that looks similar to it because I really want to use that color, but it does dry out my eyes, and I love this. So I love it. It's beautiful. The metallic in here are insane, and there's even like the one that this Q&A color is the one that I have on the outer portion of my eye. It has this glitter in it that's just beautiful. Like, this palette is such a win. The metallics are insanely good. The mattes are awesome. This was a huge win for me. I love it so much. I told you guys about this one from Viseart. This is the Dark Edit. Now, the reason that this one is in here is not because I use it all the time, because I really don't. It's because the formula of this palette is insanely good. I love this formula. It was so shocking to me how good this formula was. I'm new to this brand. I had seen it for many years. I just never pulled the trigger on it. Saw this one, it called my attention, and it is that good, guys. This is a great palette. So now this one you guys didn't see in the ranking video because I actually got it in BoxyCharm, and it's so freaking good. I love it. This is from Dose of Colors, and this is the Sassy Siennas palette. Holy cannolis, guys, this palette is so good. I love this. Every time that I have done an eye look with this, it gives me like that orangey smoked out eye with a little bit of brown in it, and I love the way it looks. And everybody tells me when I'm wearing this palette, like, oh wow, what are you wearing? I'm like, Sassy Siennas. I love this. This is great. This is a beautiful palette, and yeah, that was a BoxyCharm find, which is actually pretty cool because, you know, BoxyCharm has been giving us some pretty good stuff, guys. So now the next one is from Natasha Denona. This is the Sunrise palette. I think that this was her best release this year. It was just a really well thought out palette. I love the colors in it. You can come up with some really cool sunrise, magenta, sunrise looking eyes with a little orange in there. It's a gorgeous palette. The formula is sick. I love Natasha Denona's formula. She also released the Metropolis palette, which I like, and I love the colors in it, but I've told you guys my little issue with it. If you guys have seen my ranking video, you know what it is. So the reason that it's not on the top is because I don't grab it as much as I grab this one. So now we're gonna talk about my number 1. Charlotte Tilbury. Love this palette. This is the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize, and I told you guys in the ranking video, I'm shocked. I really didn't think that this would be my like favorite palette of the year because it really is not the most eye-catching in my opinion. When I first saw this, I was like, boring, but no, it is not. This has been a go-to palette for me. The formula is just so simple. You could do like really simple eye looks, but they look so put together. It's all about how Charlotte Tilbury does these. It has a really nice system of making things work so well together, and this palette works. It works so good. I grab it a lot. Like literally, if I'm going to the office, this is what I'm grabbing. If I'm going out somewhere but I don't want to have like a really dramatic eye, I'm going for this. The only time that I won't grab something like this is if I'm going to like a night out that I want something super extravagant. Then, you know, I'm going to jump into another palette because this one won't do it for me. But I use this on a daily basis. So because of that, this has to be my favorite of the year because it gets so much use, and I think it's still available, and that is a limited edition. So if you guys want that palette, I highly recommend it. I will link it down below. It is one that I definitely would not miss out on. If you don't own her last year's palette, this is definitely one to pick up because it's fantastic. Okay, so I have one mascara that I tried this year that I really honestly love, and it is a favorite for the year. However, because of the price tag, I'm not 100% sure if I like this more than my L'Oreal Lash Paradise, because L'Oreal Lash Paradise just really does the job and it's not as expensive. But guys, this is so good. This is from Pat McGrath. This is the Fetish Eyes Mascara, When I bought this, I literally was using this every single day. And I still do until I got a brand new L'Oreal Lash Paradise and I started using that one instead, just because it's just so simple and it's inexpensive. And then I started saying, oh, I'm almost out of that one. I don't want to waste it. But this is so good, guys. Pat McGrath did a fantastic job on this mascara. I love the way it looks. But like I said, it's pricey, but literally out of all the mascaras I tried this year, this has to be hands down the best. Let's talk about my favorite eyeliner. Marc Jacobs released these liners. These are their gel highliners. It's called the Liquid Gel Eyeliner. I love these. It's what I'm wearing today. It makes it so easy to do a wing. This is a very easy way to do a wing. It actually looks like one of those pens, you know, like from the olden days that you would like dip into the ink. That's what it looks like, and it works really well. Huda Beauty came out with one as well, but I don't think hers is as good as this one. I think that one is decent, but this one is really good. So I am obsessed with this. I think this was a fantastic product, and yeah, this was really, this was so good, guys. This I was shocked with. I honestly didn't think I was gonna like this as much as I actually do. This is from Hourglass, and this is their Ghost palette. This is another one of those holiday releases that are not gonna be around forever. And I really like this. Like, I really like this. This was a fantastic palette. The bronzer looks amazing. I use the bronzer so much, and the blushes are gorgeous. And then all of these shades together, I literally just go like this with one brush and use it as an all-over face glow. I love it. This is a beautiful palette, and it's like one of those that I won't mind traveling with because I'm not gonna have to bring anything else because all of these shades work for me, all of them. It is a very universal palette for me. I can use this day, I can use this night, and I get use out of every single shade. So I love this. I think it's fantastic. And this is also a limited edition. I believe that this will not be around after this year or so, but just so you know, that one is limited edition as well. And then Jouer came out with this, and this shocked me because I like Jouer's blushes, but you know, sometimes when they do like these big palettes, you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. I love this. This is so good. The only part that I don't love is this highlighter, because this highlighter actually has a little bit of glitter in it. It's a little too glittery for my taste. But these blushes, I've been switching through all of these blushes as I got this, and I love this. This is beautiful. This is a fantastic way to have a bunch of really good Jouer blushes for a cheaper price, because Jouer is pretty damn expensive, and this is not that pricey. It is a cardboard, so it's cheapening it up a little bit, but you know, it's still the same quality blushes, which I love. And like I said, the highlighter to me is just like, bleh, but the rest of it, now, Milani sent me over these blushes, and I am obsessed. Like, I have, how many of them open already? I think I opened already 2 of them. Yeah, 2. I have 2 of these opened. It's what I'm wearing today. I'm actually wearing this one right here called Berry Amour, and I love these blushes. These are beautiful. Like, honestly, I love it. I wish I could just, I think I'm gonna get like one of those Z palettes and just pop out all these blushes and put them all in one, because they're so good. I'm not a huge fan of these little containers. I just want to put them all together. Ooh, can you imagine if Milani came out with like a whole blush palette? That would be insanely good. So this is a product I tried this year, and I tried this on a whim, not knowing that I was really gonna like it. I just said, oh, everybody talks about this. They have it in a mini. Let me try it. The Tatcha Silk Canvas. It's all I use. It's all I use. I love this. This is the mini version, and I am literally almost out. If you guys can see, I'm literally almost out. I'm scraping the ends here, and I already, and I just want to show you guys. And I just want to show you guys that I'm not kidding when I say I love this. I already purchased the full version. I already got it. So yeah, when this guy's gone, I already got the entire huge one, which is pretty pricey, but I use this every day. I put a little bit right here, a little bit right here, and a little bit between my brows, and that's it. And I love it. It literally, I personally see it covering pores. I see it, I don't know, I see it. And I think that this is probably the best primer for covering pores that I have purchased in a long time. It just really does the job for me, and I love it. It's beautiful. For lipsticks, this year I tried the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and they stole my heart. Pillow Talk is what you see me wearing like almost all the time. That is literally the most beautiful color ever. And this color that they came out with now, I don't know if this is limited edition or not, but it's called Glowing Gen in this like leopard print. So pretty. Oh my gosh, guys, this is like more of like a pinkish nude, and oh, it is so pretty. It really is beautiful. And then you have the Pillow Talk, which is like more your standard nude, which is my favorite. So both of these have gotten so much use out of, like, I have literally used these so much, and I need to buy more Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I've said it before. I found these. I love these. Hands down my favorite lipsticks for sure. For a gloss, Pixie sent me this in PR, and this is really good. This is a beautiful gloss. It's the Pixie and Chloe Morello collection. I believe it comes in 3, but this is the one I really like. And this one here is called Parfait. Parfait? Parfait. I think it's Parfait. So pretty. You get that little bit of glisteniness on your lips, but it's not overpowering, not overwhelming. Such a pretty effect, and it doesn't feel goopy, and it's really nice. I really, really love this gloss a lot. And finally, I'm going to just tell you guys about a highlighter palette. I didn't really buy too many highlighters this year. I kind of told myself, why do you have so many highlighters, Christina? You don't go through them, you know? So I kind of like slowed down on the highlighter purchases, but I did get this one that shocked me from e.l.f. e.l.f. came out with these little highlighters, and let me tell you, the Glow Gleam Beam highlighters are good. This is a very good little highlighter, especially these 3 up on the top. Oh, you get a really, really nice metallic looking highlight that really beams. And then these right here are just a little bit more subtle, but they're really nice. And this one has a lot of glitter in it, so if you want to add like little glitter, you can do it. But I really like this palette a lot, and it's not that expensive. And I'm telling you, this gives you a really nice beamy highlighter, and it's not that expensive, and it's really, really, really good. So yeah, guys, I think I went through it. I'm just gonna throw this eyeshadow palette in here too, the Rustic Glam by Dominique Cosmetics, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, I forgot to include you. But I really think that this one was really good too. Oh, so pretty, and it's beautiful. I don't grab it as much as maybe the ones that I told you about, but I really like this palette. I really do. And I was just staring at it going, I gotta include you, you're too good. There was some really good releases this year, I have to admit. I really liked a lot of the stuff that I purchased. I'm gonna do a worst of the year, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a little difficult. I had some bad items, but I think I had a lot of good ones. So I'm happy with the way that this year turned out. I'm so excited for 2020 and what's going to be coming out for the spring and after the new year. Like, that's going to be really, really, really exciting. I have to do my trend finder to kind of see what are the trends that are coming out for spring. That's going to be coming pretty soon. But anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.